What's up, everybody? We're going to talk Big Brother, the power veto ceremony last night. Hit the like and subscribe button as the intro plays. Okay, so first things first. It's called TV programming for a reason.
There's a conspiracy. A C-O-N conspiracy.
Why is she saying that? Because last night's episode was definitely edited to sway our opinions or make us move in a certain direction that they want us to go in.
You got to go by noon today.
They were trying to skew your thoughts. And let me ask you this. Did it work?
Yeah!
Who do you think they were trying to make you feel good about and feel bad about? I'm going to go out on a limb and say they wanted us to feel good about Tucker.
I like biscuits.
They wanted us to see it was the Tucker show last night. We saw Tucker's personality come out. We saw all his characters come out. He was Crocodile Dundee. He was Dr. Doolittle. He was Henry Higgins from My Fair Lady. Tucker showed out and he won the power of veto. We saw how he won it. It was basically a game of Operation. Okay, side note. Who knew that growing up playing Operation would actually come in handy in life? And I'm not talking about Big Brother. I'm talking about whenever you put a small piece of toast in the toaster and you try to pull it out, you're like, don't touch the edges, it's gonna buzz. That's Operation, everybody. But anyhow, back to the show.
Girl, you done had too many drinks. Bye.
As you watch the episode, this is one thing I took away. They were trying to make us see Chemo in a certain light as well. They were trying to make it seem like, Chemo is all because of Chemo. And then they would cut to Chemo doing something silly. Like he was the silly guy on the episode and he was the troublemaker on the episode. But the funny thing is on the feeds, the opinion, the top people that people want to be voted out and with this superpower, with MJ's superpower, the top 4 people typically you see in the feeds are Quinn, Cam, and Leah. Now, Cam was on the episode, but Cam wasn't on the episode as a personality. He was basically on the episode as a springboard for Tucker's thoughts. Like every time we would see Cam on the episode, he was all, so what do you think? He was just a reactionary person on the episode. So I don't think that editing was trying to skew the opinions of people who think that Cam should leave the house. Now, ideally, I think that it's either they want the game to be, they want the AI arena to be Tucker and Quinn. Like Tucker's been, beckoning. He's been basically, the whole episode was about how it was Tucker's plan all along to put Quinn up as a replacement Nam, and he wanted to go up against Quinn. But Cedric went the opposite way. And here's another thing the editing did or didn't do. Editing did not show Cedric telling Tucker, we don't have the votes.
We don't have the votes. I don't give a fuck. I'm still doing it.
Ooh.
Yeah, we do.
That's you on tape.
They totally omitted that from the episode. So it made it seem like, Cedric was just, Cedric is a weak HOH, but they were making it seem like he was just going along with Tucker's plan. Although he did mention, I don't know, I do have to consider it. But they really made it seem like this was Tucker's show. This is Tucker's HOH. This is Tucker's game. This is Tucker. And then they also, of course, they love Mackenzie, okay? They love Mackenzie on the feeds and on the show because I guess she has that all-American look that they like. Although I think Mackenzie's kind of weird looking personally, but hey, weird looking usually wins in Milan and Paris. So hey, but on the feeds, they love Mackenzie and Leah. It's like every time you want to hear somebody else talk, we hear Mackenzie talking about Mackenzie, Leah talking about Leah. They love themselves and the cameramen love them too.
I like you, and I want you.
But, and also on the feeds, you know, they had a moment yesterday or day before, I'm losing count, of, you know, Chemo crying. Because, you know, Chemo is lovesick for Tucker. And Tucker is playing into that, coming to his aid, his, like, supporting Chemo and his tears. The edit was making Chemo look shady. Which Chemo is shady, because to me, it's like, if your biggest ally is TUCKER and you didn't tell TUCKER what was going on, you're shady. And she's not your biggest ally. But on the show, the only people that really got any real action were Tucker, MJ, Chemo, Cedric, because he's a HOH and we have to see Cedric overdoing it like he's on Love and Hip Hop. And in his DRs, which is annoying, but because Cedric on the feeds is kind of mellow and cool, although sometimes he can get turned up, but he's a mellow kind of fellow. If you know, you know. But that's laid back. That's Big Daddy Kane. But Cedric on the feeds is a nice, sweet guy, but on the show they edited him like he's just this kind of like who, you know, going along with Tucker's game, and you know, he just wants to keep his hands clean, although he has been saying a lot, I want to keep my hands clean. But last night's episode, it was definitely skewed to make you think a certain thing and to sway your vote, just like they do in the elections. They're just trying to sway your votes a certain kind of way, because on the feeds, I know that Quinn is good. It'll be a great competition, Tucker against Quinn, for the episode. I know this. But I really want Leah out the house because I'm tired of hearing her talk. And since MJ isn't leaving this week, I just want, and you know, I feel like the people on the feeds keep saying, Cam, get rid of Cam. I think they just don't like that Cam is playing himself for Leah, or they don't like that Cam, a black man, is really like going after the white girl.
Both of you's got jungle fever.
And I know somebody's gonna say, why are you bringing race into it? Because race is always into it, okay? Because I don't know, what did Cam really, although Cam is a sucker to me, Cam is not, he doesn't know how to play the game. To me, Cam is, you know, if people think TUCKER is useless, is like a piece of furniture, Cam is too. Cam is a piece of furniture. You rarely hear him talk real game. He's just a reactionary person to someone else talking game, bouncing ideas off of Cam. So I can see how people will want him out, but I don't see it for the reasons that they truly want him out. Rabina is another person who is kind of an outsider, and apparently on the feeds, Rabina and Tucker got real spicy. Like, it may not be a showmance, but it's definitely a omance.
You know you're being the cutest thing ever.
Something's happening. Something's happening there. I mean, Tucker likes Rabina. Tucker don't like Leah. Tucker likes Rabina. And everybody loves Tucker, and I don't understand why. Because I look at him, and he's just kind of weird looking. He seems like he would be sitting on a patio in France, smoking a cigarette and drinking coffee with his head like tucked under, like just kind of hunched over. But people love Tucker, so, you know, to each his own. But anyhow, drop into the comments and tell me, who do you think they want you to vote for? And who did you vote for? I'm going to tell you like this. I put in 5 votes for Quinn initially. Then I went back in. I watched that 30-second commercial to get 5 more. I voted for him 5 times. Then I logged in on another email address and hit him with 5 votes for Leah, because I just don't like Leah. I don't like Leah. Straight up, I don't like Leah. Anyhow, drop into the comments and like and subscribe.
This is Big Brother.